and stay up so late that study turns into mental breakdowns, which I'm sure many of us can relate to. Yet I never expected one of the most challenging tasks I've encountered during my schooling thus far would be completing this, a 5-minute speech about how the last 4 years have gone and what the future holds in store for us. Seeing that after I approached my peers, I realized that the high school experience at St. Joan of Arc is a little different for everyone, and now we're going our separate ways. Good evening, parents, guests, the staff of St. Joan of Arc, dignitaries, and my fellow classmates. I feel more than honored to be on the stage giving the final words on behalf of the graduating class of 2015. Now, before we leave here today, diplomas in our hands, and that feeling of a great sense of accomplishment in our hearts, I believe it is well deserved to thank those who have guided us, but to also celebrate how incredible the class leading St. Joan of Arc this school year. As a group and as individuals, high school has brought some of the best days of our lives, challenged us with many obstacles, brought us along an emotional roller coaster ride, and now we're here. In this huge gymnasium that was once a big, intimidating place way back in grade 9 phys ed, but can now be seen as the heart of our school. The events held in this gym and our school community have helped to shape us into the individuals we are today. And although the main reason we entered this building each morning has been to attend class, for the most part this now will be remembered. It's the monthly masses held with Father Tad's long amens, which I think is just his way of keeping us together a little longer. Or the pep rallies held here before each big school event, like MCC when we nearly shook the glass boards down, or TNL when we all stampeded onto the field in the middle of ECU's dance, which may have been unintentional, but we clearly couldn't hold our spirit back. And who could ever forget JOA semi-formal dances, since we were under the influence of the Holy Spirit, that were known as rage all around Mary. These are only a few of the highlights we'll surely look back on someday, along with the friendships we've made and the bonds that will never be broken. And how could all these events have happened without the true foundation of this school, our dedicated staff? This day would not be possible without any of them, and their determination helped us succeed, even when we felt like giving up. I'm sure there are many times we sat through class questioning the relevance of a lesson, or while we were assigned 100 homework questions. But in the end, upon reaching this finish line we call graduation, it all begins to make sense, for the most part. And not only did our teachers share their knowledge with us in the classrooms, many dedicated long hours into our extracurriculars and participated in school events, which made our high school experience that much more memorable. As many of my classmates can probably agree, senior year has been one of the most exciting times of our lives so far, full of many taunting unknowns and new experiences. We are expected to take on a whole new level of independence and maturity as we prepare for next year and what we want to do for the rest of our lives. At the same time, we have to keep up our grades, stay involved with extracurriculars, live our social lives, spend time with our families, get enough sleep, and still find a bit of time for ourselves. And although all this is hectic, it is the people that we've surrounded ourselves with that got us through. The friendships we've made during our time at St. Joan of Arc have definitely made everything worth it. Whether they're relationships that only grew stronger since elementary school, or ones that blossomed during grade 12, the nigh inseparable. And when you met that best friend back in grade 9, or just this past year, you may have wondered where they've been your whole life. But we all came into each other's lives for a reason, so we must cherish these friendships and make promises to stay connected, no matter where we go to start this next chapter in our lives, whether we're separated by cities or entire continents. Then there are those we depend on the most, like really depend on, because I don't know how I'd be able to afford university without them. They're the special kind of teachers, the ones we quite often get mad at and tell them how they're ruining our lives or they don't understand. But no matter what we say to them, we're always forgiven and loved unconditionally. That's the great thing about our parents. They are our biggest supporters and teach us the most valuable lessons, the ones you cannot find in the textbook. One of the most important lessons that I have learned came from my own mom and dad, who taught me it's okay to make mistakes, because as many of you know, I don't like being wrong. But over the past couple years, especially this year, I realized that life will not always go as planned, and it's okay to take chances. If we never step outside our comfort zone, we will miss out on a whole world of opportunities. Even though education is a major part of our lives, which will eventually lead to a career, we aren't really living if that's all we focus on. Life is not about taking an easy way out. You will make mistakes, and you will learn from them, and then move forward. When you face the unexpected, which will happen to all of us, you cannot just give up. And if you fail, don't let that stop you from reaching your goals. Use it as your drive to keep going. Because to really live is not just to breathe, but to do all the things you want to do and follow your dreams. So as we leave here today, we wish each other all the best in our future endeavors. But most of all, I hope that when the time comes, you can say that you did it all. I hope that when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall, and that when the water rises, you build a wall. I hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name, and if everybody runs, I hope you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love, and that it hurts so bad, and the only way you can know is to give it all you have. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain, and I hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all.
That's where I live. I hope that you spend your days, they all add up. And when the sun goes down, don't you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I own every second in this world you did. Saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone,